It's the Vegas Toy SquadCast, starring Vegas Toy Squad.
Hey everyone, and welcome to episode number 36 of the Vegas Toy SquadCast. Thank you for joining us. See, we've got some special guests here, but before we get to that, if you don't know who we are, my name is Rick.
I'm Frank.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Patti.
We are disembodied today, off camera. If you're listening, you won't know that, but if you're watching, you don't see us. That's not us.
That's not us. That's not, no, that is not Rob and Patti.
But it is.
It is. We've got our very own Batman and Catwoman here.
Ooh.
Yay. From good friends over at Critical Care Comics. If you are a fan of our show, you know that we've mentioned them before. We've also had them on our SquadCast about a year or so ago. So we thought it was time to have them back again so they can tell us everything that's been going on with Critical Care. And we've got some really cool events coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So
and quite a few.
We are always excited to have you guys. Out of all of the things that happen in Vegas, I think Critical Care is one of the coolest things that actually brings us together as a community. And I love seeing the posts on Instagram and Facebook and seeing all the good work that you guys do out in the community, especially being a teacher and seeing what you guys do with the kids. So that's really cool.
I feel like it's almost daily too. Like the stuff that you guys do is just constant. I don't know how you guys do it.
This is true, yeah.
Hopefully you guys can enlighten us a little bit.
Yeah, we do have busy schedules.
How you guys are everywhere. I mean, don't give away all your secrets because I know Batman's everywhere, but...
Okay. How I do that, I don't know. It is my own secret that I will not give up. What's the saying that they say? I'm always in the same room, but you never see me and Bruce Wayne in the same room. Right.
That's right. I just ran into these guys yesterday over at Grouchy John's. You guys did a little event, pumpkin carving. Did I say that correctly? Carving?
Depends on where you're from.
I see.
Your Ohio's coming out.
Either that or, singing country music. Sometimes I just twang things. So you're going to have to disregard my twang every once in a while.
Carving.
They were carving pumpkins with the kids. It was a good time.
Yeah, them pumpkins were nice. Sorry, I had to.
You're fine. Hey, Catwoman.
But anyway, it was a cool event. Our friends over at Grouchy John's, and it was a nice little event. So how did that come together, and how did it go after I left last night? There was some people showing up.
It was nice. I was there. We had Mira and Star-Lord helping us carve pumpkins.
That's cool.
Yeah, it turned out really well. We had, I think, a total of about 8 pumpkins carved.
Nice.
We had a cat. We had a Vegas Knights. We had Star-Lord's helmet. That was really cool. He left that there for them to put up in the shop.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was a fun time, and everybody that came, this is so nice, and we got to tell about our charity, and good turnout.
Speaking of your charity, why don't we explain a little bit about your charity?
Yeah, give us a little recap for new listeners.
Yeah, right. Well, we are Critical Care Comics. We're a non-profit local organization out here in Las Vegas Valley. We take comic books to the sick kids all over all hospitals out here in Vegas. And, I mean, ever since I joined, it's just, it's a wild ride, but it's probably one of the best things, anybody could ever do. It's just giving back to the community. Not only that, but to our little ones, These are our next generations that are growing up.
I agree.
And some of them that are just going through the worst times possible. We're rooting for them. That's why we're out there doing what we try to do, just a little bit at a time.
Right.
Very cool.
The way we put it is, if we can bring joy to them for only 28 pages, it's more than they've had, in times before, hopefully, and helping them get through that, and their families are just so happy to see them.
Well, you can tell through all the photos and all the events that we've actually seen. It's just incredible to see you guys. Even we've seen you guys mostly at the cons more than anything that we've seen you guys at, and you guys, everybody always talks about your booth too. Like when they're walking by, they're like, "Did you see that? Did you see that?" And so I can only imagine how elated these kids are when they see Batman or any superhero that they love in their room, or like their supervillain or anybody that walks into the room, they gotta just lose it.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, finish what you were going to say.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. I mean, they really do, in a sense. Like sometimes, we'll go into some rooms, and I mean, they're just like, "That's Wonder Woman." They're almost like starstruck. Even when they come to Batman, they see me and they're like, "Holy cow, that's Batman!" And then sometimes I get a little bit closer, and then I get a little bit more scarier the closer I get.
I can see that. I can see that.
more
Being,
intimidating.
it is a little
challenging to try to
overwhelming. I
break
can
the
see
nerves.
that.
But yes, once there's a couple of like trainings with one of our new specialists. Her name is Dr. Falco. What she does, she kind of helps us what we call our danger room.
Okay.
And it's a new kind of training simulation that we get to do. We get to go out and pretty much reenact. I mean, none of the kids that are sick, they're just kid actors.
Right.
So it's kind of a refresher for us to go in and just kind of get like
That's incredible.
knowledge also down on how we can react to certain kids and relate to certain kids. 'Cause sometimes it's just,
So it just gives you worst case scenario,
yeah,
or just any case scenario.
yeah,
really.
any case, it just gives us the practicing. I mean, some of us aren't, a lot of us, I mean, there's a lot of us, and we all keep
Right.
going to all these events, and then there's some of us that try to do, I mean, we all have busy lives, different, some of us live in Star City, Gotham City. But yeah,
And have
it's a
regular
good
jobs.
refresher over there. Yeah.
Sorry, trying
get
to
a
drop
bunch
some
of
clues from
training
Batman
from
over
that.
here.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's
Well,
awesome.
I'm sure some of the cases are really sad, so then it's hard because as that superhero, you're connecting with that child, but you also still have to have your superhero presence. So that's probably like what takes some getting used to.
It does, I mean, you really have to, all of our characters are, I mean, even our agents, all of us, we really relate to each character in a sense. I mean, I can tell you about me.
Please.
I can't really speak for others, but others, I mean, when I talk to Flash, he has very similar qualities to what the original Flash has gone through in his comic book history. So it's a little, when I first joined it was a lot to take in for me, because I was like, it was weird to see how we all just kind of are these characters in a sense, almost in real life, not 100%, but it's an amazing thing to be doing. I mean, it takes my breath away every time.
The Flash shared his story at the last interview we had with you guys, and it was pretty incredible too. So that's awesome. We love hearing your guys' stories and how you guys come into this in the first place. So
Yeah.
So, how does somebody arrange for a meeting, or how does that whole system work? If you can kind of let people know that briefly.
For a visit?
Yeah.
It's on our website, which is criticalcarecomics.org. And there is a button where and a form you can fill out if you know someone who needs a visit, or you have a family member that needs a visit. And we do, private visits if necessary. And then it
Facebook.
goes. Yeah.
Reach out to Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook
We've had
page.
requests through Facebook also, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if they're looking to join, I mean, it's also up on the Critical Care website page. There is an application and a whole volunteering process that we have to go through, but because we also want to, dial in on who we are bringing in. We really want people that are really true to that character themselves, and I mean, because the one thing we also too is we want to bring a part of these characters from the comic book to real life. So we don't want the kids to like look and almost in a sense know that that's not who's really in the room.
Right. Right.
So
I understand that completely. Like, as a kid, when I was a kid, I could, when you just, let's go meet Superman or whatever. When would you be at like some amusement park and you'd go and meet them, you'd just be like, look at you, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
like it'd be like a letdown because you're like, you think you're going to go meet this guy
Right.
or this girl, and then you're just like, yes, I'm gonna go meet this person, and then you show up and you're like,
Yeah.
dude. But you guys just bring it every time, and I love that. Like, I think it's just so great, the dedication you guys have, and just the attention to detail too.
Yeah.
There's
that's
an
a-
aura about each of the heroes, so they really do take on that hero's persona. That's what I've noticed.
When
Yeah,
you said
absolutely.
detail, that's the one thing that I was always been impressed by with Critical Care is their attention to detail, not just with their heroes, but like you said, with the training that you guys go through, and they're all background checked, even though they're superheroes, they're still background checked, and but just the amount of detail that is paid as far as the comic book selection, and again, if you go back to our old podcast, we talked about our SquadCast, we talked about that too, how they try to tailor pick the comics for the kids, and it's just all that detail. It
Yes.
matters. It's not just a fly by the seat of your pants organization. There's a lot of thought and preparation and detail put into everything that these guys do. So
Yeah, there is. I mean, we have monthly comic sortings where we keep at the storage where we keep our comics, and we go through and we're like, hey, this is coming up, and we know what certain characters are going to be at each visit, and we pull comics for them, and or if we have a special request from a kid.
yeah,
And all of our comics are sorted. Nothing inappropriate is ever allowed through, and like it's amazing for a kid to get a stack of comics,
Yeah.
and they're just like, oh my goodness, they've been sitting there with nothing to do, and now they got something to read, which
yeah.
I'm kind of fond of that too. So
Right, yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I think I shared that before, but I hated reading until I picked up a comic book. So that's cool to see that you're not only are you helping them when they're in a time of need, but then you're also fostering hopefully a love of reading and imagination and stuff. So
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, every time too, like there's some hospital visits we'll be going to, and some of these kids will give them a whole stack, and they're like kind of just like in awe of how
gotta
big
be
a stack
overwhelming.
Right.
I would lose
yeah,
it.
they get it, and they're just like, oh my gosh, and then like they look at it, and then they start like going through them, and they're like nitpicking, and then they go, okay, I want this one, and we're like, no, these are all yours.
Yeah.
And then their faces lights
Yeah.
up, and they're
Yeah,
like,
like, what?
I get
Yeah.
all these.
it's amazing.
that's
It's
awesome.
gonna be mind blowing to them.
Yeah, I mean, not only did they just see, some of their favorite, heroes, because that's also another thing that we do too. Is it never has to be any of the heroes on the visit, but we always ask them who their favorite superhero is. So then that way we also know who, or if we have the comic book, which one to be looking for. So
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
Like, we have our
That's
comic
awesome.
book sorter who's like paying attention to the same thing as the detail of what the kids are saying in the background. So then that way, by the time a hero goes over and picks up the comics, they already got it ready for them.
Wow.
We got like a little care package, like
Yeah.
a tailor-made care package. I love it.
That's very thoughtful.
It's
So-
incredible.
Like we said, it's been about a year since we've had Critical Care on. So what has happened? I mean, I know just in social media world, like Frank says, it seems like there's something going on every
Every
day.
day.
Every day.
So what are some of the new things that have happened in Critical Care in the past year or so?
We have expanded to visit all the pediatric,
Oh wow.
also
Yeah.
all the pediatric oncology units in the valley,
Wow,
Congratulations,
that's
that's incredible.
That is great news.
and
That's
we
why
also
they call it
visit.
the gauntlet.
Right. Yeah. We've
Yeah.
we have all of them.
Like, go to
Nice.
hospitals
treasures.
instead.
And we also visit long-term care facilities like Care for Kids and
Oh, very
Care
cool.
Meridian.
Care Meridian. So, I mean, we've got. I can't even keep track of how many visits they do a month. It's at least 6 to 8 a month.
Yeah, pretty much we'll go on about 8 visits a month. That's just the visits to hospitals, and also, well, Cure for the Kids is twice a month. And then we also, I mean, whatever events that come up, we got a bunch
I
of
know
events
that.
are
I know
coming.
that. I see, like, I mean, even like I see like some parades and like anything that comes
yeah.
up. You guys are all over it. I'm just beyond impressed. Like every time, like I can't get over it. Like how all over the place you guys are, and how much you guys have exploded. Not just before, but in the last year specifically. Like there has to be like how many more characters are there? I mean, if you guys know, I know Danny, I know Danny and the Flash were the ones that tell me like they had a lot of information the last time on how many they actually had. Do you guys know how many characters specifically you guys have, or how many heroes or villains that you guys actually have?
I mean, our members are pretty flexible, so several of them take on at least 4 or 5 characters.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Some of them are not all just one character.
Okay.
yeah, our roster has grown tremendously.
Yeah. believe we just had our team meeting that we were doing. And I believe they said we were at like 58
58 members now.
members.
Wow.
So not all characters,
awesome.
but because there's still a lot more in play. We got
Right.
Right. Yeah.
board
Yeah. For
members
sure.
and our
Absolutely.
agents and
But
whatnot
still.
that do. I mean, they're our backbone. to
Yes.
really what we do.
Absolutely.
But yeah, 58 members, around there.
Wow.
That's great.
That's incredible, guys. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, it's fun.
What are some of the biggest needs that critical care has from the community? What can people do? I know you guys always need comics. Do you need toys? Do you need agents, heroes?
With the holiday coming up, we are definitely going to need comics and toys because the visits probably double and the events. So we can make sure, the kids that need us, especially around the holidays, get a little extra care.
Last year we did what was it? The Christmas time. I think in 1 week we had 8 to 10 visits within like 3 days,
You're correct.
and we were doubled up. I mean, we literally had hospital visits at almost all of our facilities that we go to, and we had heroes there handing out toys and comic books at the same time.
Jeez.
So it was a lot to take on. I mean, thankfully we have enough, to go around. But,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it is. In the last year, it has blown up.
It is got incredibly large, especially from you guys just telling us alone, like how many people. Like, again, it's hard for me to wrap my head around. Like what I see every day, I'm just like, how in the heck do these guys manage all this? So that's incredible. Like I can't even imagine around holidays how crazy it gets for you guys.
Have the donation sites increased too?
The drop-off locations?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't think of all of them right now, but
No,
I know,
sure.
both the Grouchy Johns, all the Cosmic Comics, I think alternate reality.
reality.
Sorry, alternate reality. Ralph's
Yep.
gonna kill me. Most of the comic shops around, in addition to Brad's Toys now, right?
I believe Brad's Toys,
nice.
or Rogue Toys.
All the
I think.
Rogue Toys.
And which one was that new one that we got? High Scores, I think it was.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was
High
that
Scores.
one?
High Scores
Then-
does.
Familiar with
Some
that.
some of the bars now
That
too.
bar.
Yeah,
Nice.
High
Our drop-off
Scores.
locations.
That's awesome.
Drop-off locations for comics of, I was going to say of all kinds, but
All
do
kinds,
you want to
yes.
limit it to heroes only, or do you...
No, we just limit it to
Kid friendly.
kid friendly. Yes.
Okay.
We
So, I guess I was going to ask, does everything have to be superhero oriented? The toys donated, the comics donated?
No.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of times we'll get like My Little Pony, and actually there was an event we did over at the UMC, and Starfire, she it was good that she knew about My Little Pony.
Awesome.
Because one of the girls
Yes.
in there was just going off
All
about My
about
Little Pony, yeah. And she knew all about it, and then she started naming all of us as a certain My Little Pony.
Oh,
And it was good. So I mean,
That's incredible.
yeah,
yes,
it's
there are
not just a
bronies
late
too.
superhero.
that is true. That's
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense.
I
That's
forgot which
really
one she
cool.
named me, but I told her it has to be black or really, really dark gray.
Yeah.
That's the only color in your
Only. Yep.
That's all we got. I had like light blue in the 80s, but that was
Yeah.
that was a tough.
That was a
time.
mistake.
That was a tough time.
The 80s were tough for everybody.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, I did notice that this time with Critical Care, we usually have just heroes, but we have a hero and a villain. So would you guys like to speak about what that is all about?
Yes, we have an amazing event coming up. It is the second annual Hero and Villains Ball. The venue will be different this year, so take note of this. It's going to be at Red Rock Casino. And we have our own little club inside.
Nice.
It's going to be very intimate. And we will have friends meeting all the costume people outside to make sure they're in the correct costume.
Oh, okay.
Because masks cannot be worn in a casino.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You can wear it inside the venue, you just not try
Just
to get
not
through.
Not
the
through the
casino.
through,
casino.
yeah.
Yeah.
that makes
That's
sense.
So we're gonna have somebody at every entrance for the first hour, making sure everybody's in check so they don't get turned away.
Oh, nice.
Very
That's
cool.
really cool.
So, if you want tickets to this, they are $30 a piece. If you get them before, I think that might have run out already. Anyway, you can get tickets at
Well, Facebook or Critical.
Facebook, yes,
the
at our
Critical
website.
Care page.
And we also have VIP packages
Yes.
where you can get a room and drinks and have the VIP treatment.
Nice.
But it's going to be a fun event. It's fancy cosplay. There's going to be... I know you're going to bring your suit out, right?
I don't know about that.
No, your suit.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I heard that's the only suit I like to wear. I did hear Bruce Wayne might make an appearance. So we'll see.
I don't like ties either.
Yeah. He'll be over there. I'll manage Gotham. He's a good
And
friend of mine.
what can people expect at the Heroes and Villain Ball as far as...
We're going to have photo booths. We're going to have specialty cocktails for the event. There's going to be games inside. There's going to be a costume contest. We're going to have raffle prizes. We're going to have a silent auction.
Dancing, I'm assuming?
Oh, definitely.
A lot of that.
Definitely.
A lot of that.
Only if Peter Parker's there.
Right.
He's a good one.
Not that kind of dancing.
It's not that kind of dancing. We don't talk about that kind of dancing.
Right on. And so tickets are available through the website, or they can get you guys Critical Care Comics on Facebook and get them that way also through the
Correct.
Facebook page.
Yeah, we have all the links up on the pages of Instagram and Facebook that'll redirect you to where to get the tickets. I think it was a $100 package that it would pretty much get you free drinks.
Yes.
So what I'm looking at is, yes, there is a VIP open bar package for $100, and it also gives you 5 raffle
What am I need
tickets. The general admission gets you 1 raffle ticket, and then it looks like the VIP hotel package is sold out.
Yes.
Bummer.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's already gone.
Wow.
That's
But I mean,
crazy.
good for you guys.
Yeah, it's great for
But
you
I was
guys.
already thinking, like, well, I'd want to probably stay the night out there.
Especially if you get the open bar thing.
Right? It's definitely going to be a good time.
I was gonna say, I know we're all, because we were all out of town
Yeah.
last year when
Last
that
year.
happened.
Was that Frankenstein's?
Yeah.
Because it was in December last year.
Yeah. Yes.
And and that was the weekend we had gone out of town. But
Right.
this time,
Our daughter went and she had a blast.
yes, she did go. She had a
It was a
great
fun time.
We had a representative there.
Yes.
I'm concerned about my cosplay. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So
Well, you've got a
You know me in
couple of
costume,
weeks
so.
to work on it, Mr. Rick, and you'll come up with something.
I figured worst comes to worst, I could wear a suit and just go as Wilson Fisk.
Sounds good.
What? He's a villain.
Yes.
Also
That he
true.
is.
Just make sure we get a picture with you and Spidey.
Oh yeah.
Especially
So
you two
obviously,
dancing together.
people are encouraged to come in costume. There's going to be a costume contest. Will people be turned away if they're not in costume?
Not at all, no.
Okay. You don't have to be in costume, but it's obviously highly encouraged.
We do, bring out your fancy stuff. But
Yeah. Okay. It's so there's a... It's a ball. It's a
Correct.
fancy...
So
okay.
it's like you're cosplaying, but like if you were going to prom.
Exactly.
Okay.
Pretty much.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yes,
if you were
like-
all dressed up as a superhero,
I
going
got
to
this.
prom,
Yeah, last
that's what
year,
you'd be doing.
I found a red dress. I put a little phoenix up here. I had my sash and my gloves.
Oh, Jean Grey.
Yes.
So Catwoman was
Glad you figured that out.
I was.
Well, another thing I wanted to ask about this Heroes and Villains Ball. This is all obviously a giant benefit. Do they have a giant drop-off there? Do you guys recommend people bring drop-offs there? Or is this just a, like, cash-only kind of thing? I don't mean to put you guys on the spot. I'm just curious. Like,
No, these are great questions.
if I'm coming in there, like, and I got, like, a thing to be like, I keep forgetting to drop this off. Like, this would be a perfect night for me. I'm grabbing my stuff anyway.
Yeah, we'll never turn comics away.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't turn it away. I don't think it's really like our spot for to really be doing that.
Right.
But if you were like, hey, this is my only chance I could do it, absolutely. I mean, we won't turn it down. I mean, we got plenty of cars that someone could probably
That's
take.
that's
Throw 'em in the
essentially what I
Batmobile.
was
I got the
asking.
Batmobile on my
The
bill.
Batmobile. There's still some room.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of villains there, so I don't know. We'll see
Yeah.
if they all behave themselves.
I guess that's the only place to put them then.
But there are plenty of other places, people. And people should be
For
going
sure.
to Grouchy John's Coffee
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Totally.
Yeah.
There's
So-
2 locations.
Absolutely.
for us.
I'm just saying, like, if it would be this is the perfect time and you guys never get to go to those spots and are able to make it out there, if there's actually a spot to drop
Yeah,
off. So that's
absolutely.
very cool.
Last time I was at Grouchy's to drop off books, they even helped me bring them in. And show 'em where-
You don't even have to carry them yourself.
Rick,
No,
they help
no.
you with everything there. That's just
They help everybody
not
with
right.
everything.
yeah.
They're good. They are good people. That's for
Yes,
sure.
they're great people there. Rick's just a celebrity. over
Hashtag
there.
Grouchy Nation.
That's right.
No, my hashtag is caffeinated happiness.
Oh yeah, caffeinated
there you
happiness.
go.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's why I like having critical care because it always reminds me to clean out my comic book collection for the year. It's like, oh, all right, I got a couple long boxes for you.
That's good too.
Very cool. So after we got the Heroes and Villains Ball coming up, but then what's it look like for the upcoming year? What plans does Critical Care have? Are you just staying true to the course, or is there any definite plans for how you're going to grow, or any new things coming down the pike to expect, or
There is.
just can't talk about
Nothing
it?
that
Nothing that
as of last time
I can really
too.
show that.
Fair enough.
Put my 2 cents in. But yeah, there's a lot more things coming up, and I mean, what we're trying to do is just really just keep growing. It's been 6 years already, and I mean, the last 2 years, it's just, it's blowing up.
Obviously,
So
yeah.
which is good. We want to get it out there. And not just only here in Vegas. I mean, if we can impact a nation, why not?
Yeah.
So,
Critical Care Nation, I like it.
right?
Very
Yeah,
cool.
we did have a recent donation from California we had to go pick up, but we had to rent a truck to get it. It was that large.
Oh wow.
Fantastic.
That's nice, though.
Oh, that gives me the chills. That's
Yeah,
like
it
such
was-
a great thing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It took us about 48 hours to actually unload and sort everything. But
Wow.
Yeah, I think we're still
Great
going through it,
news.
too.
yeah, we're still going through it. But it was amazing. I mean,
What was it, like 38 long boxes?
38 long boxes.
Man.
Wow, that's a lot.
There's a lot.
But yeah, I
In
mean,
case you guys don't know, that's a lot of.
How many comics
Long
in a long
boxes.
box? Approximately.
I don't know
Come on, I don't
because
even
I
know.
know,
You
but I'm
know
a
this.
stuffer.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like-
well, it depends if
exactly.
you use boards and backs. If you use boards
Yeah,
and backs,
I use
there's less.
boards and backs, and
So when you max it out, what is the max you can
I
fit
honestly,
in a long
I'd
box?
have no clue because
Dude,
I.
your
I'm
nerd card is
disappointed.
dropping.
I would
I-
say 80 to 100 in a long box.
Yeah,
At
around there.
least, yeah.
When
At
we go on
least.
business, we'll probably bring
Yeah.
1 to 2 long boxes, maybe even 1 and 2 small ones.
Wow.
Mid-size ones.
To each visit, yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes we don't hand them all out, which is actually a good thing. to
Right,
us,
because it's
like
just more.
Yeah.
nobody's there. Quite honestly, we don't want to see the kids there.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
But
that's-
That's right. Not
on
enough
the-
kids to give comics. Not a bad thing.
not a bad thing.
Right.
It's still a good day. Even when we leave, and every box is gone, every toy, every plush. It's just, it's another win, but it's also,
Yeah.
it's a real hit home on that one.
Yes,
So
for sure.
I was blown away when they were telling us last time the volume of comics that they just go through in a week. So when they say that the need for comics is real, it is real. They need that volume so that they can keep doing what they're doing. So
yeah.
it's very important to donate. All you hoarders out there.
Any hoarders out there, bring money.
When you say hoarders, are you looking in a certain direction?
No, I'm just because we're as collectors. We're all guilty.
obviously hoarders
We're all
on
guilty
some
of it
level.
to some extent. So that's why I'm glad to clean out a few every year. So
Batman made a
For
good
the
point
costs.
though. If you just can't let your comics go, you can still give money, right?
Yeah, you could do
Yes.
that. Any kind of donations. Everything is all nonprofit, so everything goes to, suits. Just the kids themselves. Any plush. Everything.
Right.
I did hear a rumor that Critical Care was going to exclusively just give away Boba Fett things.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know.
So
if
they're
you're-
looking.
So Rob's feeling sick right now.
We got a bunch of sellers.
We're gonna start our own
I
thing for that.
Just kidding. Too funny.
Hey, if they'll take, we probably have a few Boba Fetts.
We probably
could
have
give
some
if the
stuff,
kids,
yeah.
If the kids want them, we could
Between
probably,
all of us.
we could part
Yeah.
with a couple.
I'm pretty sure you got one or two, Rob.
What major events you got coming up after Heroes and Villains? I know there's a few of the cons coming up. We got the one that's coming up November 16th and 17th, the American
The Great American.
Great American. You guys heading out that way or
We
what's-
won't be at that one.
Okay.
Our focus is going to be on heroes and villains
Oh, okay.
for November.
Yep,
Okay.
that's understandable.
We will be at Vegas Valley this coming Saturday, though.
Oh, that's right.
That's
That's
what
right.
we were going to bring that up actually in
Yep.
the second half of the show, so I'm glad you brought it up.
Okay, we'll
There
talk
you
more
go.
about that later then.
So that'll be the day after the show
Yes.
airs.
Yeah,
Yes,
so on
it'll be
Saturday.
the day after
Yep.
the show airs.
At the library.
Yep.
Yeah.
The library.
And then let's see what other stuff. There's anything else coming up that you guys know for sure? You guys will be a presence
What's
at.
December look like for you?
December, it's
They're
usually
All the holidays.
yeah,
all the
just the
holiday
holiday
events.
season. That's when the toy drives pretty much is what we're trying to push
Gotcha.
out towards that.
We will be. I think we may start visiting Shade Tree also around the
Oh,
holidays,
wow.
just to
That's
that'll be
awesome.
cool.
make sure
That's awesome,
not
too.
only. I mean, our focus is helping kids in hospitals, but all kids and any kid in need around the holidays is super special to us.
Right.
Yeah. There's there's other organizations. I mean, I guess what I can say is that there are other organizations that we're reaching out to and trying to even partner up with. Not only just trying to say all we do is only hospitals. I mean,
For
that
sure.
is our main focus.
Right,
But,
that's-
same thing. I mean, there's plenty of other people that could use even any kind of help. Not just necessarily
Absolutely.
because you're sick, but
A smile goes a long way.
it does.
It's like a mega Justice League for sick kids and just kids in general. I'm all for it.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of cool things
Sounds-
ahead for Critical Care Comics and
Mm-hmm.
and for the community. That's that's good things for the community that you guys are here doing that. So
For sure. That's why I love the event yesterday, because it's just a small community event, and people always, at least people outside of Las Vegas, they don't realize what a community Las Vegas really is at times. And I think your organization and organizations like you are some of the things that actually bring that community element here to Vegas. So
Yeah. And I mean, to be fully honest, Gotham City is like my hometown. Very similar to Las Vegas City. But it's almost in a sense I could also recall back like 10, 15 years ago. I mean, it almost seems like the community wasn't like even as strong. Like you wouldn't really see, as much as what the community is doing now. So, I mean, it's amazing, to be even a part of that.
Right.
And just the community in general. I mean, everybody is just, it's almost like everybody's taking part in moving stuff forward to just make things better,
yeah,
So,
good to see.
very good. Very good.
Love
Very
that
cool.
so much.
All right.
So do you guys have anything else you guys want to plug or say before we move on here?
Don't look at me. No, I want to plug you guys all we
I
can
know.
because you guys don't understand how much I read into it's stuff that you guys actually put out there, and it really moves me all the stuff that you guys do. So I just I'm on you guys all day, every day, checking you guys out what you're doing. So
It is a
I
great.
think it's really important.
It is a great organization, and you get your good. You're happy from all the interaction that we get with not only the kids but the community.
yeah, community.
And people can find you on Facebook, Instagram, your
Twitter.
website.
Twitter.
Is it criticalcarecomics.com?
Our website .org, criticalcarecomics.org.
That's right.
Yes,
Twitter. All the
Yeah.
socials.
all the socials.
All
Yes.
socials.
Yeah, and if you're not following them, I highly recommend follow, because it will bring some joy to your day.
Absolutely.
I know all of us here at VTS love everything you guys do, and if there's anything we can do ever to support, let us know, because we love having you guys on and seeing you out there and doing what we can too to help our
We
community.
definitely love to plug what you guys do. So please, by all means.
And just remember, if you want to go to the Heroes and Villains Ball, it's heroesandvillainsball.vegas is a website that has tons of information. You can also go to Facebook and get information, but I just pulled up the website and everything you'd want to know is right there.
Perfect.
Perfect.
All right, and so we are going to take a quick break, let
Yep.
these guys go, and then we'll be back on camera in just a minute.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you guys so much for coming.
Now go save the city.
Yeah, let's save the world.
I know, it's about that nighttime, so.
All right, so we are back. We just had Critical Care on. We always enjoy having the folks from them out. I think we've said that probably 100 times, but it is true. They are great people, so we love having them out anytime. Usually we do the table thing prior to, but we are switching things up this time.
Switch it up.
So
they didn't sit here all night in their hot costumes.
I know. Batman
stew.
he had to go get some Gothamites. So
Good people doing good work.
Heck yeah.
Critical care.
there
Yes,
you go.
sir.
Right on.
So, what did you guys bring to the table this week?
Well, I want to talk about the new Star Wars trailer, but I don't know. You haven't seen it, Frank?
Not one of them.
Not a single.
Not one. I mean, I've been the only spoiler leak. Should I say the spoiler that I've heard?
Is it?
Well, let's
Is it
just
a-
announce
is it a
to
theory?
listeners.
No, it's not a theory. It's
It's
been
a real spoiler.
It's
yes,
a spoiler.
It's a
okay.
spoiler. Like that I heard that
Is
got
it
spoiled for me.
From
it's
the trailer?
public?
Yes, from the trailer. Like
So
that
if
people
you
have been
watch
talking
the
about.
trailer, you would see this.
If you're
Yes.
if you're not a trailer watcher and a spoiler-free liver, then
Tune
ignore
out
this
for
part.
the
Tune out.
next minute.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
right.
So the only like again, I try to avoid this as much as I can. But
Yeah.
the one thing that I did hear that the Emperor was going to be featured in this new feature in some way, shape, or form.
What? That's it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys have all seen that because it was in the trailer, the first teaser trailer.
Yes.
Well,
that's
we
been
hear his voice.
That's been out for a while.
Right. Again, that's the only thing that I
Yeah.
have honestly seen in Ray flipping on the.
Oh, so you haven't even... We're talking about the new trailer, man.
No,
The-
no,
yeah.
God no.
Yeah, we're
I
talking
I
about
have
the
avoided
new trailer.
everything that just. I
The
hear like
Rise of Skywalker.
I hear one John Williams note, I'm out. Like, I hear one flash that's even like, yeah, and I can tell. Because Miley cues me now.
Aw.
My dog
Oh,
likes John Williams music and she howls every time she hears it. So
But-
it's hard watching Indiana Jones. And
can
stuff.
we? How can we talk about it? If
Well,
Frankie's
we're
going
going
to
to
be...
talk about it. We're going to dance around it.
I asked Frank beforehand if we could discuss theories, but not like go into the trailer.
Okay.
I'm trying to meet in the middle here.
I know.
So my
You're a
thing,
better person than I.
I was thinking as I watched it, I think they're
can't.
giving away too much information here.
Oh, see, I don't.
You
I
don't think so?
I think there's going to be a lot of bait and switch.
With
A
some
lot
of the
red
things,
herrings.
Yeah.
It's J.J. Abrams. He
Yeah,
loves to
they're
do
le-
that. But at the same time, I don't.
But he's also said that he's trying to link everything together.
is that going to make it suck?
I don't think so.
Because a lot
Well,
of times it's too contrived. When
is it
they
going to
do
suck
that.
for me or is it going to suck for the two of you?
Well, yeah, we know
That's a good-
hardly anything sucks for Rick. The
Because-
world's largest
we love
Sasquatch
everything.
movie
Yeah.
collection.
I watched episode 8 again this weekend, and the more I watch it, the more I like it. So
Yeah, even the Carrie Poppins.
even the Carrie Poppins scene didn't bother me this time.
Can't.
So, I don't know. Just the point I was trying to make is that when they try to connect all the dots, sometimes they have to make large plot leaps. And
Yeah,
sometimes
but I don't know
can
if they're
seem-
going to connect it plot wise. But just in the Easter eggs that have already been revealed in the trailer.
okay.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of
So,
stuff happening in space.
can I ask? And as a Star Wars fan, people are probably gonna. First of all, I have to remove this ridiculous costume.
Oh my
I
gosh.
liked it. I wanted you to finish it out with that.
Ridiculous
You were
costume.
the triplets.
Who is Skywalker? Do we know that, or is that
No,
the question?
we don't.
That's that's the mystery.
And that's what I think. I think that's what's kind of cool is because there's so many different theories now.
But we know it ain't Kylo because we know what he's about.
Well, you never know. But I mean, he's the one that actually has Skywalker blood in him, but
But his name's
but
not.
he's a solo.
Unless in that galaxy
He's a solo.
they take the lady's name.
Maybe. I don't know.
I
She
think
didn't go
it's
by
Rey.
Leia Skywalker.
I got a theory.
Huh?
It's Ray.
That's what I say.
That's the obvious
It's
choice.
the obvious, but I feel like that's what it's all
She's
been
connected
leading
to the
up
lightsaber.
They've-
They show like a copy of a copy of a copy of her. Like maybe she's like the original clone.
Well, that's the one thing I noticed about episode 8 was all of the repeats to Empire Strikes Back. I mean, there was so much repeated in that movie that harkens back to Empire. And well, I mean, same with episode 7. There was a lot that, repeated in other Star Wars movies, but
There's got to be a reason that she and Kylo have a connection, and I think it's a bloodline. My other theory is that they could be twins. that were separated.
I don't think if they did that again, I think I would be out.
Well, twins are likely to have twins, as we know.
Yeah,
she's
still
coming up with a backstory.
Yeah.
I still think it's going to be Rey, and that she's Luke's, I think.
You're going to have to cover your ears for this one.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
All right,
I'll do it.
Go in the
whisper it
cone
there.
of silence.
Well, what about the Hayden Christensen rumors?
Wait, what rumor?
I don't know those rumors.
No.
He's in it?
I hope he's not in it. Oh, jeez. God, it's another Jason Momoa.
So I don't know.
What?
I don't
does that
know
mean?
how.
He's going to ruin it.
Well, I don't know how substantiated those rumors are, but
He was the worst Anakin. Oh, my God.
Well, no. Jake Lloyd was the worst.
He was a baby. You got to give him a free pass.
Anakin, not a person.
All right, can we let Frank
Yeah.
out?
Go ahead,
Well, I don't know if
better?
I'm excited now.
For those of you who are just listening, we just had Frank cover his ears so we could discuss that point. And I don't know how true that point was anyway. It's just.
Where was your source
Yeah,
material?
where'd you get that?
Where do you think? On the internet.
Internet?
So that's why I said, who knows how true that is? Because,
The interwebs.
there's been a couple, I don't even know, crackpots who said, oh, I saw this person on set and I saw this person on
Well,
set.
and I
So
think they do.
Who knows?
They did that on Walking Dead, didn't they?
They did that on Game
Yeah.
of Thrones.
Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
that's
They
right. Yeah,
brought
you
back
brought,
some
like,
characters and had
shills
them
to have them on
in
set.
costume
Mm-hmm.
walking around intentionally
Right.
to freak people out.
That's right. You guys mentioned that
That's
before.
J.J. Abrams. That's a classic move by him.
So,
So
I just
who knows?
think I feel in my heart like that's going to be what it's going to be. It's the obvious.
What if it's...
Clone of Vader.
What if it's all about Vader?
Or just him and he didn't really
And
die.
He's the Skywalker that rises.
So like Star Wars Jesus.
Roll the stone away. It's
Messiah.
Wait, I already have a Star Wars
It's
Jesus.
been 3
He
decades.
killed all those baby Jedi. No way. He does not get a free pass to come back.
Hey, anyone can be redeemed.
Except somebody who slaughters babies.
But
But
younglings.
I think
And sand people, excuse me.
it's got to be one of the newer
Tusken
characters.
Raiders, sorry.
children.
I got to use the right
All of
term.
them.
Tusken Raiders, not. Can't
But-
say sand people.
I think it's one of the newer characters because, they've tried to kill off all the characters we know and love. So
Could be Finn. His backstory is unknown.
Yeah, he's just a...
Why are you
Actually,
looking at me?
I read
Patricia
the
is
book.
looking at me with
I read the book and they said that he was like taken from his parents.
just a random family.
Just a rando, just
Be
like
creative
most
casting
of
if
the other
they went that
stormtroopers.
route.
That's how they took them. And
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
parents
I
either
don't-
volunteered them or were paid for their.
I don't feel that in my gut.
All right, just throwing it out there.
I'm just going with my women's intuition, and
All right.
I feel
Well, we
like
shall
it's
see.
obvious. We
November
already
12th.
bought
We
tickets.
got
Did you
tickets.
guys get tickets?
No, I'll see it when I see it.
Stephen
I'll
bought,
see it on Netflix.
Stephen bought tickets.
I don't want it because anytime I've gone, especially to a big premiere like that, I've just always been disappointed because the people are just... I don't know. I've always been sat by someone who has to
I'm not gonna
tell
say
the
it.
whole backstory to their, girlfriend who's never seen a movie before in her life or something, and it's just like, okay. So I'll see it that weekend.
You'll wait till
I'm
the
sure.
crowd's thin out.
Maybe a little, yeah.
All right.
I just don't want anything spoiled for me anymore. I'm totally on Rick's side with this, and I almost never go to premiere weekends. But now I'm tired of stuff being spoiled for me. So
I think I got a spoiler at a toy store. I was at GameStop and they had an action figure from the new movie and it said the character's name and I'm like, that's kind of a spoiler.
Oh,
okay.
all right.
It's
Don't look at
Kylo.
video games. Then.
Huh?
It's Kylo.
It was Kylo. Why? What did it say?
Well, it says like a title before his name.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. I'm like,
So is that a spoiler? I mean,
Is that
in
a
my
spoiler?
opinion,
Well, I mean,
think that's a spoiler.
was it Supreme
It is.
Leader? Because he
Yes.
was. Oh,
hey, we knew that?
yeah, we
He
knew that.
kind of killed the Supreme Leader. So
Yeah.
I know,
Just
that's what they
because
said
you-
at GameStop. He
But
Yeah.
killed the
No.
Supreme Leader, so he... But
You
does that doesn't
assassinate
mean
the
you assume
president.
the
That doesn't
position.
mean you
Yeah.
become
Yeah,
the
but it's like
president.
more
No,
like
he
king,
said he's-
kingness.
He
Yeah.
said, I'm the...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did in the
I
movie.
guess I
Yeah.
gotta
You're
watch that
pretty
movie.
sure,
Yeah.
but you're not positive.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
he says, "I am." The
I
Supreme
know it's
leader
in the
at some
comic
point.
for sure. So
right, well,
that's
never
what I
mind.
said.
He's like, the
See,
Supreme
yeah.
Leader did blah, 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 blah. And then he looks at, what's his name, and says,
Yeah.
I'm the Supreme Leader
Yeah.
now.
was that in the?
I
thing?
swear it was in
the-
in the edit,
I
I think.
totally
Yeah.
don't remember
Yeah.
him
In
saying
the
that.
Gorilla
All right.
edits.
Well, see, then it just shows how much my fandom has slipped.
Has
that
slipped
I
in
don't
the
remember
new, yeah.
an important fact.
Well, 'cause
That's
you
why-
don't rewatch that movie a lot because you just didn't really love that movie.
That's why I find it so funny that you don't want to see any trailers because I know that you guys are just going to pick the movie apart anyway when you see it.
Yeah, but I
I just find it comical.
We're
I still like the
hopeful.
surprises.
We are hopeful, dude. We are so hopeful that this is going to be great.
We've been let down
Especially
before.
Frank. Because you ripped that one Star Wars movie apart.
Which one?
Number
Was it
eight.
the
the
wasn't it
prequels?
number 8?
It was the last one.
Yeah, the last one, yeah. So
It was the last one. I was kind of furious.
Has it grown on you?
Yes and no. I'm still very torn with that movie.
There's certain elements about it that I love.
But there's
but
some just
there
unnecessary
are a lot
and just
that I'm really bothered by.
yeah, but I
felt forced.
because
And
I was telling Rob this weekend after I watched it again, like I finally started to pay attention. Like I thought Benicio del Toro's character was just useless and
It's a waste.
stupid. And then I actually like paid attention to what he said, and what he said actually makes sense. So it's just
Captain Phasma was wasted.
yeah, but like
Total wasted unless she
comes
not
back,
really
yeah.
gone, which I'm holding out hope for.
The thing, I think I told you this before. The beauty and the simplicity of those first movies was in. It wasn't. There weren't all these extraneous characters and things going on. It was this core group where you had these archetypes. You know what I
Right.
mean? The farm boy, the princess, the wizard. You know, and the villain, and now it's become this complicated mess that I can't even keep track of.
Yeah, there are
so
a lot
many
more
characters, so
characters.
many people, so many things going on. It's like that's not what Star Wars was, at least for me. It wasn't about all the complicated machinery and all the crap. It was the beauty of the story and its simplicity.
yeah.
And it's just unfortunate, I think, that that's kind of been lost. Hopefully, maybe in this last one they bring that back. And, you know.
well, I mean, they've had like 42 years to think about this. And pick it
Well, I
apart
mean,
for that long. and
They don't
continue
care
the
about
story,
what, you know.
so-
I mean, now it's like, well, if the more complicated the movie is, the more action figures they'll sell, the more vehicles
Yeah,
they'll sell, the more
I
play
agree with
sets, the
you.
more Legos, the more, you
Yeah.
know. So it's, I don't know, but anyways, that was
We're hopeful.
too long on.
I'm sure it'll be a fun movie. I'm excited to see it. One of the things that got me excited is the new miniseries that they have right now. Is it Star Wars Allegiance or
It's a comic series.
yeah? And it takes place right after the Battle of Crate, so you get to see them trying to
like a blur the Mind or
regain
something.
their armory and their weapons and things like that. So that's a good story because they're all going off to do certain things, and Leia and Rey are together on a mission. So to see the two interact and talk to each other, it builds a lot of.
Interesting.
And all of these one shots that they've had have been great because, like the one shot that they had on Rose and her sister, their story is great, but they don't have time to talk about it in the movie. But they had such a cool story of where they grew up and you know how they interacted with each other and what happened to them and what their parents did so that they could escape the planet when the First Order came in but you don't get to see all that stuff in the movie. So
you just
if you're a comic book fan, like
then it's great. It's a
it's
great
a
time.
great
to be
time
alive.
to be a Star Wars and a comic book fan
Well,
because
the
you can
whole-
get all that backstory.
I was going to say the whole universe is just that much bigger. When,
Right.
You know, if you avail those materials, you know, to yourself, the novels, the
Yeah.
comics. I mean, everything just
Rob,
fleshes it
that was
out.
kind of deep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
inform yourself. The world's a lot bigger. Universe is that
I
advanced.
didn't mean to get deep. I'm sorry. we got to keep this very superfluous here.
there's a one shot on Snoke and Kylo too, so they each had their own one shots, and even the Snoke one shot was more about Kylo's story than anything.
Did the Snoke one show him when he was Jar Jar and before that transition happened? No.
No, how he lost his snout and ears. He's gonna take over First Order now.
Oh my god.
And we saw very briefly a killer trailer for a new horror movie called Antlers that looks awesome.
Oh
that
my
I
God.
think it's produced by Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Oh.
All I'm
He
going to
hadn't
say
known it.
is find the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Frank.
I'll watch
Rick,
it.
find the trailer for Antlers. Terrifyingly entertaining.
nice.
It looks very cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got.
And just before the SquadCast, we'll have to talk about this next time. The new Mandalorian trailer.
Speaking of Star Wars, we only have to wait a few days for that. Actually, these guys will have to wait like no days
For what?
to watch the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian?
November
November
12th.
12th.
Oh, I thought it was sooner than that. I thought it was on
No,
November
November
2nd.
12th.
Oh, you got me all
I'm messing
excited.
the dates.
No,
No.
November 12th.
I thought if you got the early bird that it was on November 2nd.
No, I think 12th is the early bird, isn't it?
12th,
Yeah,
I
because
believe.
yeah.
2 weeks still, man. You got me all
Sorry.
hyped up.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
My bad.
They put $100 million into that show. I read.
Yeah,
Wow.
I can't wait.
it's going to be awesome.
It's my new fave. Rob found it for me because I couldn't
does
find it
look-
anywhere.
He does look amazing.
Yeah, it's a great figure. Mandalorian. You got to remember, we have just listeners.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, sorry.
I'm currently
It's the
waving a
Mandalorian,
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian
figure.
Black Series figure. Just the regular box. I don't know. There was like what 3 versions or something.
Yeah, there's the white box version,
Okay.
the carbonite
Version.
carbonized version.
Yeah.
And then the regular.
Okay.
But are all the figures the same, or is it just different boxes?
The carbonized version has a different finish. It was carbonized.
Oh, so he's like, oh,
Oh,
It's kind of
interesting.
like a different glazy, shiny look.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I
Interesting.
picked it up because they had them both at Target the day I went.
Nice.
But that one I took out of the box.
no, it's coming out of the
Carbonized
box
one.
anyway. It's Rick.
That's right.
There we go.
Take it out of the box.
I will. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to take this one out of the box or not. We'll see.
See if you can find another one first.
Yeah, really. Frank, what'd you bring to the table?
Speaking of Star Wars,
We are speaking of Star Wars. Huh?
Look at that.
I did bring
Nice
something.
segue
Whoa.
from the hat to the helmet.
We got it all.
So if you are just listening
To the beard.
To the beard,
to the porkins,
to my shirt, to
Let's-
my actual action figure.
hear what you're wearing, Frank.
I am actually wearing the Black Series Luke's helmet.
It's
Luke's helmet
actually
from-
Luke's helmet.
Luke's helmet, I
Not
believe.
just any X-wing pilot.
I don't think it's just X-Wing pilot. I'm fairly certain. I bought the
We got the box
in
around here somewhere. but
just so I can.
I
put it
trust
on.
you. That's all right. It looks like Luke's helmet.
Ooh. Let's see. Where's the bottom here?
We'll play music during
Yeah, it
this.
says Luke Skywalker.
There you go. Wow.
Luke Skywalker's actual helmet, and I've been waiting for this to come out since my entire life, basically. So
You, I have to say, it's sort of uncanny with the beard, and
Told you.
I think you should stand up. If he stands up, will you see him on?
I can go
Let's see.
halfways on it.
Let's see. Nope, he's out.
Maybe I should put the boxes down.
You know, if the box was not there, there you go. Now viewers can really take you all in.
Frank is the
No, I
spitting
can,
image of one of our favorite
Actually, I can just pull this off.
long dead
Whoa.
X-wing pilots.
There we go.
That's
the
fantastic
shirt.
right now.
There we go.
So if you are just listening, I would encourage you to tune over to our YouTube
Yeah,
so you
skip,
can see the spectacle
skip
of
forward about
this.
51 minutes.
Well, it's a little late for that now. They've
Oh wait,
already
yeah,
50
they're
minutes
already
in.
here.
They're already here if they listen to it now. Unless you're gonna
funny.
see that in the first part.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, I found this shirt online and I was like, I just got the helmet, so
All you need is a joystick.
that's all I need.
Stay on target.
That's what she said.
But the feature of the helmet is really cool. Not only does it look really realistic, it just
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed that you can't push the visor up. Like I'm a little
that
bummed
would
that
be
didn't
cool, yeah.
retract.
Yeah.
But it's necessary because there's 2 phases of the helmet, or there's 2, I don't know if you call them phases, 2, basically modes.
2
Yeah,
modes.
2 modes. Like there's one where you're actually fighting the Death Star and all the sounds come in through the helmet. And when the TIE fighters fly by you, green flashes flash in the visor.
Yeah.
And when you're shooting your lasers too, like it actually fires. And then the other one is on Hoth, the invasion of Hoth.
So while you're wearing the helmet, you hear these sound effects direct from the movies.
Yes.
Like lights show up in your in the visor. It's pretty cool. Like if you're sitting alone in a dark room and you put this thing on, you could kind of
I actually
you could
did
get the experience.
I actually put on the old
Put on the
PlayStation
movie?
so I could actually fly the thing, and it was kind of crazy, like the flashes that were going on as I'm playing. I'm just like, wait a second.
Now this doesn't. Does
This
the mic
doesn't
work?
the microphone that's on there is just it's just for show.
See now, for that kind of money, that would be cool if you could connect your phone through Bluetooth and talk through the microphone.
That would be
so. Then
really
you could just
dope.
walk
Walk around daily.
on the day. Yeah, with that on while you're driving, you could talk on the phone.
I don't
That's
recommend
funny.
wearing helmets while you're driving
Well,
your
you can see
car.
through there. Oh, but they're okay while you're flying.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Anyways.
It says it's not a safety helmet specifically, so
Okay.
it ain't gonna protect
Well,
you.
not,
So
you
you can't
don't
wear
wear
it.
it for protection, but for.
But I mean, it
fashion,
does
it's
limit
alright.
your view when you're driving, I'm sure,
All right.
and your hearing.
Well, then don't wear it while you're driving. You can't talk on the phone anyways. That was my whole point.
Right.
You can Bluetooth it on the phone
Too funny.
in the car.
You could rig it.
Yeah,
No.
it might
All
be
right.
fun.
So
Orkins out.
that's a nice addition that you've brought to the table. Frank.
Thank you, Miss Patty.
Thank you, Miss Patti.
Thanks for settling things down. Babe.
Oh. That's too funny.
But it's nice because now I have my own action figure.
Yeah.
A little fat X-wing pilot.
It's fluffy. And I was commenting
Too
earlier
funny.
that I think was not cool of George Lucas to cast the fat guy and call him Porkins.
Well, we saw fate happen to George.
Oh, there you go.
He got $4 billion.
He kind of
Oh, he
came
chunked
up.
out a little
Yeah,
bit.
so
Yeah, but
it happens to all of us. But
You know,
that's
ain't
what
nobody
happens,
calling
George, when you call
Porkins.
someone Porkins. Jeez.
Anyways, moving on.
On behalf of fluffy people everywhere, you got what you deserve.
$4 billion. You can call me what you want. $4 billion.
Yeah, he's not going to care. All right.
What lurks there?
Here's what I brought to the table. This is the biggest Legends box I think I've ever seen.
Wow.
So this is the Marvel 80th Anniversary Incredible Hulk. Funny thing about this was released earlier this year on Amazon, but only in Mexico. So I don't know how that works. But people in Mexico could order it. And then there
On
was,
Amazon?
On Amazon. But like we couldn't because it wasn't available in our region. And then I don't know where you can get it now. I know it's sought after on different... But luckily, here in town, Big Bang Toys had some, so I was able to pick up this beauty.
Wow.
Holy
See
cow.
that?
Yeah, so
My goodness.
Nice.
That's
Look
really
at the
awesome.
size of that
that is
thing.
really cool.
And again, if you're just listening, we'd like to direct you to our YouTube page.
Rick pulled it out.
This is the 80th edition, or the Marvel 80th Anniversary Incredible Hulk. It's the gray version, so I don't know if you're not a big comic fan, you might not know, but when the Hulk was, when he first came out, he was originally gray. He was not green. He didn't turn green until much later.
So this is what he looked like in his very first incarnation?
More or less, yeah. He didn't really have the orange thing, but...
Wasn't it due for inking or something like that? The color of the ink that...
No, they wanted it to be a more horror-toned book. So they would like the darker tones, because of... At least that's the story I got. Who knows? Someone could correct us on that. But
Please do if you know
Yeah,
about it. I'd love to hear it.
But yeah, that's the gray version. And what's so cool about this is in the 90s, when they had Marvel action figures, this was the style of the card that they had back then. So they
For
did
the
same.
4-inch
Yeah,
figures?
4-inch action figures, yeah. And then it's got nice, big,
That's cool
Giant
artwork.
artwork.
giant artwork.
Color,
This is
color
one of the ones
photography.
that I probably won't open, which I know is surprising, but it's already doubled in value since I bought it just last week. So I
What?
don't think I'm going to.
Can't bring yourself
I
to...
don't think I'm going to open this one, and this will possibly Might be for sale someday.
That's too bad because that's a cool. I'd like to see that out of the package, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hey.
It is very, very cool. But yeah, when I saw that it had doubled in price already, it's that's pretty cool. So. But I love this part too. It's just the simple black and white artwork. It's a box
Yeah,
that
I
the
like
figure
that.
goes in. And it's got, just the black and white ink art of the Incredible Hulk with the Marvel 80-year logo on the side. Of course, Hasbro.
Yeah.
But that's super cool.
Is that to scale with Legends figures?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously bigger because he's Hulk.
because he's the Hulk, yeah.
I mean, he's bigger than the Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're about the
Yeah.
same size, and same with
It seems like
the
the
Sasquatch
figures-
and the Wendigo. This is about the size of what a good Build-A-Figure would be.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons why they started doing the Build-A-Figures is because they're so big it would cost too much to package them and sell them. So you buy them a piece at a time. So this is about the size of a good Build-A-Figure.
That's a great looking figure.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Good job, Hasbro. Very nice, very nice.
Patricia, you have fun stuff for us.
Oh, just a couple of things that I'd heard in the news. Did you guys hear that Ant-Man 3 is probably not going to happen?
No.
I didn't hear that at all.
Why?
Well, that's not fun. I just set you up with fun, and
Well,
you
I
gave us
mean,
nothing.
it's kind of big news. It seems to be that they're focusing on all their other stories. When you look at the lineup that's
Right.
coming out the next 3 years, there's no Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
with Phase 4?
So what I did read was that perhaps in another year or so there might be something on Disney Plus. But it's kind of
stinks.
sad. That was a little bit of a bummer because I liked that
Yeah, well, I want to
character.
see him and the Wasp again
Right.
because...
So that was a bit of a
But I'm
sad
sure when
news.
they do the next Avengers movie, they'll
have to
Oh yeah,
be in it.
in
because
those
he'll be,
types
yeah.
of stories, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
standalone.
But the main story of Ant-Man and the Wasp seems to have.
I mean, they were
Tried it.
one of the major plot lines of this last movie, so.
Yeah, they were.
Like,
They
I
were.
mean, I don't
It's
know
so
understand
funny.
how they're going to pull that character after he just.
I know.
Well, technically, the rat saved the entire universe, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
Right.
but his technology, like him and.
Yep.
I'm just saying, like, that's
We'll have
kind
to
of
see
shocking.
how it
that they're
goes,
gonna-
how Phase 4 goes, and see, because with them getting Fantastic Four and X-Men, that's going to be a huge push come Phase 5 and stuff like that. So I think that's going to overshadow anything that's happened before. So.
That's very true.
And then I know you were a fan of Cloak and Dagger, correct?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you hear that they were canceled after their second season?
Yeah.
So that was another bit. So not exactly.
You're bringing us all bummers, man.
But they are going to show
the heck?
up
This ain't a
in
fun
Runaways.
segment.
They are going to
Yeah,
be in
so
a
they'll be in
crossover
Runaways,
episode.
Same
They'll
actors?
be their,
Yeah.
their characters. Pretty soon we're going to have a live action Little Mermaid. That's
What?
coming out in another week or so. Yeah, the Queen Latifah is
Oh, the
Ursula.
live?
Oh, she's gonna be
the
Ursula?
live.
Are they doing it live on TV like
Yes.
they did Peter Pan and all that?
Yep,
Yeah.
Or
that's
in
coming.
Fortunate Souls.
And I don't know if anyone realizes November marks the 50th anniversary of our favorite Muppets. And we like Muppets here.
Mm-hmm.
Sesame Street's turning 50, guys. So we're dating ourselves, but
Oh.
yeah. So it's a big month for all the Muppets.
You mean I saw when I was a kid? I was watching original episodes. I guess so. And
Yeah. Me too, because I mean I'll be 50 next year, so.
You're not supposed to say that
You
in
know.
public.
So Sesame Street is just a few months older than me, basically.
And I don't know, have you seen, but one of the Lego Ideas sets that got
No.
okayed?
Is this one of those that's like the
One of the-
VR 3-dimensional or whatever?
No,
those
one of the
freaky things.
Hidden side or
No,
whatever.
one of the big sets.
Oh, just a big set.
A
No.
big set. It's Sesame Street.
What?
Oh wow.
I didn't
So
hear
it's-
that. I haven't seen it, but I
It's
did hear
the main
Birds building.
apartment building. So it's that main apartment building
Bird
with
and
Oscar the
Lounge.
Grouch, and
Oh,
it
can you
looks
imagine all the
super cool.
minifigs?
It looks super cool. Yeah,
I bet you they could easily come out with one of the lines. Like,
I'm sure they could. Yeah,
like the
because you could
minifig
get
line, like
Mr.
you would want it all.
Hooper's store, and
You get to build Snuffleupagus, like
he doesn't exist.
Yes, he does.
you can still build them. It's imagination.
Yep.
Wow. That's fun.
That's cool. Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, because I told your wife, I said register for this so we can get it for the twins.
That's the one you're talking about.
Yes.
I got you.
So is it a 50th anniversary thing they're doing?
I don't know. It's one of the Lego Ideas sets. So it's
Oh, okay.
so it's a set that somebody built themselves, and then they submitted it to Lego Ideas, and it was voted on to get made into an actual set.
You just
Nice.
gave me an idea for a set to build.
Yeah, that's cool. Good news.
Speaking of the Marvel thing, going back to there, did you hear that they're talking about Daredevil reprising his role?
Yeah,
I've heard that they're like this close to making confirmation of it. So
that would be cool.
they're talking about bringing him back. That Sony's also expressing interest, so it might be with Spider-Man as well.
I get it. I didn't get the whole costume until just when you said that before. Now I
Well,
understand.
because he said he feels out of place
Oh,
because
yeah,
you
but-
guys both wear caps and glasses, and he's like, I need to wear a cap and
see,
glasses.
I completely, I spaced it. I
See
spaced
if I
it.
can get him in there.
All right.
So, just a real quick shout out to things happening around.
Yeah, what's going around in the valley?
Well,
Jeb.
that Comic-Con, at the
The Vegas Valley
Vegas Valley
Comic.
Comic Book Festival.
Comic Book Fest.
Now that's happening Saturday.
Saturday.
It's Saturday
As in
at the library.
tomorrow, if you
November
listen-
2nd.
Oh, November.
That's right.
Which is
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
The show airs the first.
Friday. Yep.
All
So
right.
tomorrow, be at the library.
on Flamingo.
It's pretty much all day. Like, I mean, it starts at I think
9:30.
I thought it was 10, but
9:30 to 4:30.
And it's a free event, right?
yes.
But they do have, probably if it's like last year, they probably have a VIP bag that you can buy.
They do
Which
for
is
$7.
very well worth it. The bag had a ton of cool goodies. And, I mean, just one book alone was a $10 Star Wars graphic novel or other. They had other properties. But that's very well worth it. And it was a really fun event. They had a lot more stuff, than I realized it
They
was.
had a lot of local artists, too. That is always really cool.
Yeah,
that I find
vendors.
Yes.
They had, some live show kind of things, like a
Going on.
live
Yep.
podcast and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
going on.
right.
Yep. I know
So-
Cosmic will be there. So
Cool
So I
event.
think we might make a little stop out there. So look for VTS if you go.
Hey, if you see us, ask for us. Say you heard it on the podcast, and we'll give you a sticker.
there you go.
Limited edition stickers.
Well, nobody said that.
Whoa.
Well, where else are you going to get them?
Watch what you're giving away. What else is going on?
Do you have anything else?
I mean, other than the Heroes and Villains Ball, I mean, that's what those are the two biggest things that popped out at me.
And that's the 23rd,
And that's
November 23rd.
Not till November 23rd, but I mean,
also this Saturday, Tivoli Village in Summerlin has their 3rd annual Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. That's a free
Nicely
event.
pronounced.
Did I roll my R?
No,
all
but
right?
you did all right.
That's from 5 to 10. So you could go to the comic book festival in the day. You could go to Tivoli Village in the evening. And then also, if you like music, the Las Vegas Philharmonic this Saturday at the Smith Center is doing the concert of all Danny Elfman music.
Yeah, that'll be a good show.
Or if you want to hear real music, you can come see my band in Boulder City at the Boulder Dam Brewing Company.
What's the connection?
I bring my helmet.
Show starts at 8. See you in Boulder.
That's true. That's another. You can plug your show here. Why the heck not?
Plug it all. So those are a couple of events going on.
Also, I think I brought it up last time, but you said Danny Elfman, you threw me off.
Neon.
The Tim Burton Neon Museum is
That's
in
still
full
going
swing.
on.
Yes, it's going
going
on
till
until February, I believe.
February.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, this would be a great time to see it. The weather's perfect. It's got all Tim Burton stuff.
The
It's right around the
season's right.
Halloween time.
Yeah.
It'd be just right to go see that. So I wanted to bring that up again.
Thank you. Yes.
You threw me off with your Daily Elfman comment. I couldn't stop saying it instead of Tim Burton. But
They're connected, those two.
yes, very much
a
so.
lot.
Very much so.
And then the Great American Comic Con is November. So that's November 16th and 17th at the Convention Center. So that's kind of neat because it's just Saturday and Sunday. So, but I know a lot of the local shops are pretty excited for that show. And I know if you're a comic book fan, it's really going to be geared heavily towards comics. And if you look at the artists and the guests that are coming, some pretty good names in comic book. So I was going to say comic book land. What would you call that? In the comic book industry are coming. So
No, it looks
check
like
that out.
Saturday single admission is $30 for that, and Sunday single day is $20. Kids 12 and under are free.
There you go.
So, and then if you want to do a 2-day pass, it's $40. So there you go.
So it's up for the
Last time I checked, I don't know if this is still a thing, but Groupon was having a special on the Vegas Toy Con.
Oh,
Vegas Toy and Comic Con that's coming in March. I think like $9 a day for a single day pass.
Check Groupon.
It was a limited time thing, so check Groupon if you're interested in that. And then I just remembered a movie I watched one night. You'd be proud of me. The Rise of Image. Have you seen that?
No.
About Image Comics.
Rise of
Oh,
Image
nice.
Comics?
Yeah. And I'm not a huge comic fan, but the guys,
Very inspiring.
that started Image Comics, a bunch of characters that came out of Marvel.
Yep.
And it was really an interesting story. And I saw that, I think, on Amazon Prime.
Oh, cool.
I think maybe on Netflix or something. But look for that. I think it's called The Rise of Image Comics.
Yeah.
And it was a fun, cool
That is a
documentary.
great story of what happened with those guys. And
Yeah, really interesting.
I'd love to see that documentary.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
one of them is supposedly suing Marvel again, so we'll see what happens with that.
Uh-oh.
I could probably guess.
Someone who can draws people out of proportions amazingly.
Are his initials TM?
No.
Oh, wait.
Creator of Deadpool and Cable.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we want to thank Critical Care Comics for coming out again. Batman and Catwoman.
Thank
That
you
was
for
cool.
your services too.
And thank you for what you do for the kids in this community. It's really awesome. And donate your comics, toys, and whatnot. As the Christmas holiday gets closer, they're going to need more toys because they go out and give toys to the kids too. So,
Yep.
very cool. So, and with that,
VTS is here, and we are done.
Am I
I tricked you!
singing?
All right, we are VTS, and VTS is out.